Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and the Resources Soviet Republic. Okay, we'll speed things up a little bit. We are busy planning out an area over here. I might just add a few more buildings because once this... actually, maybe this is okay for now. We've got a couple of trains that we need to probably sell. Let's just see what we have left in here. So we've got reasonable amounts of stuff ready to go. So what I might just do is I might just run the train to go and sell these two items because there's another one trying to get out there. We are desperately trying to build these things a little bit quicker. At the moment, we're not necessary. So what I might do is I might ramp it up a little bit over here. And what I might do is I might drop it down a little bit over here. We might go a little bit slower on the trains and a little bit quicker on the vehicles so that we're only offloading a certain amount anyway, right? Let's just have a look. So we only offloaded some. And then, well, we're up to 300. So we're fully loading this one. So it's good that but it was just a 50. Oh, it was it's in 80%. Oh, yeah. Get out 60%. Okay, fine. Fine. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we're not necessarily taking all of the workers because there's still workers needed in the heating plant, for instance. That was not quite where I wanted to see it, to be honest. And then this one, are we bolstering this one? Very few people actually now working here. Okay, so hopefully the next train is not too far. Oh, yeah, the next train is right on us. And hopefully that one fills us up over here. We've not seen any Vasistavi train issues again. So this setup now is working really well. This one should hopefully now pop up all the way to the 300. No, still not. Anyway, we're rolling out buses pretty effectively. Let's quickly have a look. Do we still need buses somewhere over here? I think we was busy loading some of these, right? So here we've got 3 buses. Here we have 4 buses. Thank goodness it's the end of winter. 3 buses. And how many buses do we have here? So we're reasonably loaded on the buses on this side. So that's okay. Okay, the end of winter. Whew. That's quite a relief to see that happening. We do have this happening. It's overfilling. Why are we not giving ourselves... Okay, fine. What we'll do, I think if we just run... Actually, what we might do is if we run it up here, can we do that? Yeah, we can. So what I'll do is I'll pay for that. We'll give it a piece in there. We'll pay for that. I guess once this is all built, I'm thinking it's okay. Yeah, so now this will stop doing that. Okay, fine. We've got another technical services office ready to go here. And we need a few different things, but what I'll do is let's just expand it. Yeah, I think that's a good piece there. Now, we do want to say drop off there, and drop off there. It's going to be fine. And we do want waste trucks and snow plows out there to come and help that situation. These are building along pretty nicely, actually. This is actually quite busy. I'm thinking, do we put a bit of a signal control on there? And do we generate 2 cycles, generate active 3? No, generate 2 cycles. And that. And let's try that. Now these guys are going. Those guys are going. What I can do is I can look a little bit at getting the... This is really busy. I'm amazed at how busy this is. Okay, with that out of the way. Do wonder whether this is the best way of dealing with it, especially if we've got vehicles like that that's slowing things down over here. I don't think it's an unreasonable management of the traffic over here, but yeah, this is a little bit of a concern, I think. Yeah, that queue is getting a little bit out of hand. Look at that. For these guys taking their sweet time. Yeah, this is a bit of a challenge, though. Look at all of this. It's kind of hanging out. Just problems. Okay, now hopefully we're releasing a bunch of these guys. Yeah, slowly, but I'm not quite convinced we've got this right. Okay, I think maybe we... Okay, now, again, whether we need signals at all of these is an open question. Because at sometimes it works a little bit better with the open signals. Other times it's not quite there. So shall I switch it off again and have these guys just kind of do their own thing? Yeah, I think let's leave it like that. See if we can make that work. I'm kind of... The one thing that I am kind of contemplating is putting a little bit of a... Yeah, it's got a bit of turn in there. Kind of wondering whether... You know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and do a little bit of a bypass in here. Maybe that helps things out a little bit with the with these guys. So let me try this. So if I were to say do this and do say that, right? And then what we do is we try and... Oh, it's a little bit... Okay, we try and do something like this, and we do that. I'm kind of wondering if we do that, does that help things out a little bit? Because there's a lot of guys that's kind of trying to get in here. It's popping off there and then going. And then the question is if you're going back in that direction. Let's just keep a little bit of an eye on it. See if people are in fact using it on the outbound. The other thing that we could do is we could, of course, do maybe a little bit of... Oops. A little bit of... Yeah. Get our snapping sorted out. Yeah. Could do a little bit of this and kind of run it. Do something like that. Let's pay for that. Get that in place as well. Similarly, I don't think we've got the room here because of the that. And then obviously on this side, if we got rid of that path, maybe we could do that one to run it a little bit more effectively. I still haven't seen anybody use that path that I put in there. I guess this is okay now. Let's just leave it there for a bit and see if that works. Let's just see. So do you have everything you need? You don't have access to the shop over there, so we do need to get these shops built first. So can I get the helicopters in here to at least work on these items for us to start pushing this a little bit quicker so we can get the shop opened up? Okay, now the next thing we need to do is also start running some buildings. Actually, maybe this is not where we want to focus our attention. Maybe we will continue to expand this area so that we can get more workers, so that we can actively sort out that chemical train. Oh, hang on. Let's just go back. We have a train, I guess, somewhere over here. Just find the train, all related vehicles. That's a related line. And where is this vehicle, please? Come on. Can I just find that vehicle? Let's get it there. So now you've delivered what you needed to do. So what I'll do is I'll just send you back here, please. So that's fine. How are we going on this side? We are now building a lot of the garbage trucks. So let me grab 1, 2 garbage trucks. Maybe I'll do one of these ones as well. We'll grab one of these ones over here as well. We'll move them to our new technical services facility over here, so that we at least get this one started up a bit. Should help things out a little. Okay, now we wanted to do a little bit more in terms of these, so let's quickly get some more buildings. Now, again, maybe not necessarily after big capacity. So about 100 per building is okay. I guess this one here, these are pretty good, right? So at 50, they're much better than at those higher levels. 72, 80, 10. So the moment it gets a little bit too big, you start running into problems. 105 at 90 is a pretty nice little number. So what I might do is I might just do a couple of them. So if we do something like this and like that, I guess that should work. And then I'm thinking we could do one here and even one in there. I was thinking maybe we do like this. And like that. I guess we won't really be able to squeeze anything with these edges there. I guess something like that should be pretty good. We could maybe squeeze something here. No. Let's leave it like that. I think that's another 600 odd people that can live like that. So if we did, I guess this is the way I want to do it. Right, so let's run it straight through there. Let's run it straight in the middle like this. I like that idea a little bit more. A bit more interesting. Over here we might be just running it like so. Anyway, we'll keep it like that for the time being. And then what we'll do is we'll of course tie these in so that we can make a start construction activities here. Now, we need to bear in mind that we probably need another. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So we need to start construction with this. Now, if we grab another one of these, can we? I guess it'll have to go. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. Grab ourselves a piece of road. Get that in. Pay for the piece of road. And I guess we do this. Maybe even that. Let's pay for that. And hopefully that means we've got reasonable. Yeah, I think we should be able to cover all of these buildings with that piece there. Now, what we would like to do is do a little bit of, I think a little bit of a park in this area would be pretty good. So give me a statue. Or an eternal flame. If we do, let's do the eternal flame like right over here. It's actually pretty cool. And then we'll do a statue on the other side. Lenin of sorts maybe, or what else? What else can we do? This one. I guess we can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Did that one actually give us anything? Just want to make sure we're actually getting. Yeah, we are. We are getting a little bit of stuff happening there. Now, what we'll do is we'll just connect these two together like so. Then what we might do is we'll just do maybe something like this, right? Then we could still always try and tie it in through here somewhere, or even run it further. We'll do something like that. Now let me get some trees in there. Trees will be the next big thing for us here. Now what we want to do is maybe plant just a few pine trees here. So let's excellent. So let's do that. It'll be a little bit more kind of manicured like so. So we'll start getting that going on. So it's a little bit nicer. We'll do some other trees and things in here also. Okay, we've got all of this sorted out. Right, this is all powered, right? We have this all powered. So let's quickly do the limits in here. This terrain is, let's just double check this. This can be problematic, especially if we're stuck over here somewhere. Really? Why are you not moving? Where are you trying to go? Let's ignore the red signal so that you can make a start. Maybe this was just a glitch. Are you exporting? You are. Interesting. So why did you get stuck there? I don't know. Still stuck, huh? Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. Okay, go back to the customs house, please. Don't do that. Go to the custom house. Jeez, this has been going on for quite a while then. Once, yeah, it's just, I don't know what happened. Why would it be so careful with these things? Now you're on your way back, so now you can quite comfortably just go back to there. That's an interesting one. Anyway, see, this is why you always need to check, especially with the trains, because they are so, they need so much. Okay, back to this. We are quickly having a look here. So we want 0 crops, 0 chemicals, 0 fabric, 0 alcohol. We want, I think, about 70 tons of food, 20 tons of clothing, 0 electronic components, 0 mechanical components, 0 plastics, 10% electronics, and 0% explosives. And that should give us a good little number there. So let's make sure to get our distribution offices in play. Please add this, this facility to the mix and make sure we are on the unload side of it. That's good. Keep going. That should make all of this work. I just want to, that should be quite accessible there. What I wanted to do is, let's see if we can tie in this over there. And now if we wanted to have a look, let's make, don't get a bit of biological waste going here. I just wanted to check who can actually get to it. That side is okay, but not so much else, but at least that one can get. Okay. Anyway, this should all be under construction. So let's just get the construction moving. Right, all of these items. Right, we want to get the construction moving on all of these items as well. Okay, keep going on all of this stuff. We don't have any issues with the traffic here. We need staff, which is fine. Prison wardens, yeah. Well, our new prison should be up and running very soon. We'll get a few more of these buildings going, and then we'll work it from there. This should all be quite easy to walk to this spot here. Yeah, very, very easy. So we can really do some stuff. We can even build some stuff on this side as well. It will work quite nicely. I'm thinking maybe a park in this area. Some more statues here will be pretty good. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Let's see. I guess the next one we want to try and build out a little bit is over here. So let's find ourselves. I guess we're going to continue with these. I don't mind these buildings. These are how many people? 100. I guess we can do some of these as well, and a little bit of bits and pieces. So let's grab these ones now. With keen on doing is getting some kind of shape that makes... That's not at all what I wanted to do. I don't know how that happened. Misclick. That's not at all what I wanted. Let's go back, try that again. Okay, so grab these. Now we are doing some of these funnier shapes, but I guess what I'm keen on doing now is maybe if we do a slightly more... Yeah, let's do... We do this. Yeah. I think if we do this, it'll work. Yeah, that'll work quite nicely, actually. Okay, and we'll do one over here. And then we'll do one more over here. Yeah, that's going to be... Oh, please make it work. Come on. Unless we just do it like this, right? Let's do it like that, and then we'll squeeze in a small other building in here. We'll have to keep a bit of an eye out for that. So if we wanted to now run maybe a path through like this. Okay, let's cancel that path. What we'll do is we'll continue with these ones. That's pretty good. Then we want to do this one, and we probably want to do maybe something like this. Get there and do something like that, right? So let's pay for all of those. We'll slowly get all of these items tied in. See what we do. Some of these leftover open spaces. A bit of trees down here wouldn't be too bad either. So with that going there, we might just tie that one in there, finish that one off, and then all of those are ready for construction there as well. Just slightly different variants of the whole thing. So we make that pretty good. And these guys should all have access to this, right? All have access. Okay, now, with these guys there, do we have the food and stuff ready to go? We've got clothing. This is under construction. So we are waiting for food. Electronics and clothes is here. So as soon as the food is dropped off, this is all sorted, ready to go. So we can switch that one as soon as we start moving people in here. Excellent. Now all of this construction can keep going. Let's just assign what we can. Let's keep assigning all of this so that we can keep building out all this stuff so it's ready to go, basically. And if I look at that, I guess these guys should be able to walk here quite easily, all of them. So that is going to be quite a nice little catchment there. Now we've had some meat delivered. Still waiting on food, and I guess this is our food delivery, yeah? The meat has been delivered, food is getting delivered, and now it means that food available over here. We can now switch these things on and get some people to start moving in. Let's allow citizens to move in, please. Similarly over here, let's move it in. You should be able to get everything you need, no problems. So let everybody move in. Everybody move in. Lots of people willing to and ready to move in. And they should start complaining about not having work. Now, it's okay. Lots of work is there. Okay, what we can do here is we can now start to bring in some workers over on this side as well. Please. Everybody is going to the bus stop. So let's just open this one up to a full complement of the workforce. People are starting to come in here. Okay. Let's keep all of these things slowly progressing along. This one we want to actually store a little bit of biological waste. Similarly over here, we want some biological waste to be stored here also. Excellent. So that's pretty good. For the time being, I might just switch this off. Passengers. Where did you want to go as a passenger? Okay, let's make this a little bit nicer. We'll grab ourselves. I was wondering, decorative pavements. Anyway, what about decorative pavements? What I'm planning on doing is maybe grabbing us then a proper statue, which would work quite nicely right here. Or the alternative is for us to be that's large. That's a bit large too. Maybe a little smaller. Yeah, something smaller like this could work. So that might just do that and pay for it. If we can, get this place to be a little bit nicer, right? And now what we'll do, well, will this be a park ultimately? So I'm guessing maybe a statue in this corner here, so something that looks a little bit in different directions potentially. So maybe not a Lenin, but maybe more like a, well, we've already done this one, right? What else do we have? Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the one for us. I'm also not sure this is the one for us. That's a little bit too much. There was this. Let's do something like, yeah, I like that. And what we'll do is we'll just do it, kind of look at that area like so. So something like that, actually right there, works quite nicely. And we'll give that a little path like so. We'll pay for that. We'll pay for this one. And what we'll do is get a little bit of trees in here. This side will be a little bit more manicured, I think. We'll grab ourselves the pine trees and we'll just continue to maybe run pine trees to this area here. We won't be blocking off the statue there. And something like that. We'll do a similar thing over here, something like that. So that's going to look a little bit nicer, a little bit of a pocket park in that area. Yes, all of that is working. Construction is heavily underway here to try and get everything to run. We've got the kindergarten, we've got the school up and running. People are moving in. People can't visit a hospital, right? And they're not participating in any sports. Yeah, the sports stuff is still being constructed, so that's okay. Two things that I'm thinking we need here is a little bit of a hospital. So if we go with, where's the closest fire station? Over there somewhere. So it's pretty good. So if we did want to go with a smallish hospital, so not a small clinic, but maybe a large clinic, max amount of patients of 15 is a little bit too low. Something like 60 is a little bit better. Yeah, so something like a big clinic over on this side of things. If we wanted to do that, would people be able to generally get here? So that's okay. We could do a clinic over here. That might work also if we do a slightly smaller big clinic. Though they always need a bit of a road connection, right? Maybe that's not quite the one for us. Let's look at some other options. This one, yeah, that looks really poor. Pollution warning. I'm looking for something that's reasonably sized. Something like that. I just don't think it kind of fits the character of this area here. So really something like this is what we're after. If we did it this way, I think that could work. So if we did that, I think we can start work on the clinic over there. I'd pay for that. That'll be a nightmare to build. So that'll be the clinic. What we could also do is give ourselves some path connections here. What we'll do is do that, and then... Oh, it doesn't want to do this one. Let's do that. Let's just use that one instead run it up that way. And that one over there. We'll tie those in. Do a little bit of this. We'll do a little bit of this over here. Something like that. Okay. These guys are just passengers, right? So for the time being, I'm going to switch off passengers. So I'll maybe only put workers in there. Just don't want everybody just to be kind of congregating there and not necessarily doing much. We're allowing people to move in. They're getting access to everything they need straight away. That's pretty good, hopefully. Can we please prioritize maybe this guy? So let's get the helicopters out here to start helping that out a little bit. And then I guess the other item that we're after is a bit of a university. So if we go here, state infrastructure, universities, we want something pretty small. That's a small medical university. Maybe that's the one for us over here, I think. Maybe that's the one. We kind of don't want it all the way back here. Infrastructure, they don't want to build it. If we did it over in this area, would that make a little bit of sense? Would that actually work? Close to an existing building. Which building are we talking about? That one. Really? There's something under here that's causing us big issues. Well, if that's the case, we'll just do it right here. Do that. Right, so we'll at least have some level of a university going on. And what we'll do is let's get a path to go also around it. Right, so let's do something like this, something like that. Here we'll do tie in like so. We tie in like this, and we'll pay for that infrastructure. So we can make a start on this. This is slightly less important, I think, in terms of getting it built straight away. But yeah, that'll provide university access to all of these guys. And I'm kind of contemplating. I don't think we can actually squeeze a path through anywhere here, really. But anyway, university access will then be available. Got lots of things under construction right now. I'm very keen to see all of these buildings pop in. We should have almost be ready to get ourselves another line in here. So let's just have a look at this. What's going on here? That's moving along. Now everybody's waiting for some reason. Yeah, I do think, I mean, all of this is construction traffic, right? That's really the issue here. Lots and lots of construction traffic. Almost contemplating. This pathway around here is a bit of an issue. Almost contemplating doing a little something around here that can alleviate traffic a little bit into this area. Let's just quickly have a look at our levels here. Yeah, our levels is a bit of a problem to try and make that work. I don't necessarily think that's the right answer there. I might just keep the signal switched on because I think that will slowly alleviate all these issues, of course. And what I might also do is I might look at just getting the added direction in here, even though it's a bit of an issue. So if we go back, that's not the one. This overlaps construction. How is it overlapping construction? Right, we're after a bit of a turn. Don't quite get what the issue is here. There we go. Okay, so either connect there, in which case it's a bit of a problem, or you just get this tie off. Okay, so if we pull it back a little bit more, right, there should have a little bit of room here. No, not at all. That's so interesting. Okay, so we can do, yes, we can do this. Let's find this thing that works. It's just here. Wow, it's so tight. Really? We need it this tight? This feels weird. Okay, so if we do this, right? And we try and, yeah, we try and do that section. Right now, that's kind of what I'm after. Oh, it still doesn't want to do it? Oh, okay, well, let's do a section like this. Let's try and... We should be able to go straight with that, right? Really? That is super weird. I don't know. I think there's something wrong here. But anyway, is there anything underground? Yeah, that's the issue. That really is the issue there. So if we try and level this just a little bit, right? If we said we wanted to do a little bit of this, something like that. That's all we want. Can we do this now? If we redo this, right? We redo that thing. We go back here. We grab the level. Say, let's just do something like that, right? I guess that I'm hoping that makes it sensible. And now what I'm keen on doing is trying to run. Could I switch the? Yeah. Honestly, this does not want to work. Over here. Oh, that's the one I'm after. That's the one I'm after. And what I'm kind of contemplating, right, is running it all the way around here and then tying it in. So we've got all of that capacity. In which case, if you're trying to turn to go to the... See that? If we do this, can we also do this? We can. And then also do that. Does that work? Okay, let's trim. Ooh, don't get crazy. Let's trim that. Okay, so with that in mind, that gets us in there. At the same time, I'm thinking we can do this and get that out there. Oh yeah. Maybe we want to be a little bit less. Well, I'm okay with that. Let's just do this all the way up to there, and then we tie it in like this, right? Pray for this thing and see if that alleviates our issues, right? So at least now we're bypassing a ton of this stuff, potentially, right? Okay, let's see. Maybe that helps us out. I'm also contemplating doing the same thing on this side. I think I'm going to do that. So let's deal with this traffic issue first. Let's start paying for this. Get rid of that. We'll get this one to come by, and then we'll see what we do with the path. Let's get the traffic issue resolved. Yeah, kind of like that. And then we'll try it. Yeah, right. And let's pay for that one. So I guess that should work. Then we could still run crossings here, right? You know what else I'm thinking? I'm I'm doing some really complex not from that side. We want to go that, and then that doesn't quite want to work. So if we get rid of that for a second, we try just doing it this way around. That. Okay, and oh no, a fire has destroyed a building. Well, let's go and have a look at what this is. What is this? No! No, 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 no. How was this not... Okay, fine. How... What was the... Hang on. Who was responding to this? We have a helicopter out there. I guess that wasn't good enough, right? Okay, where's my helicopter? The helicopter wasn't good enough, right? Do we know who... We have no idea who is responding to this, right? Did we lose a... Okay, let's have a look here. What did we lose? Total damage, yeah, okay, that's fine. We lost no vehicles, right? So there wasn't a fire truck on site here. Okay, well... 7... Okay, look at it. We've got reasonable amounts of money. So what I'll do is I will fund the demolition. Right, which was a pretty bad one because that is a bit of a challenge for us now. I can't believe that was happening while I was busy messing around over here. So my plan here is that we can now also run... Let's just finish off the plan here. We can now also run annual switches. So we can also do this. Okay, so let's do that. So that gives us a slightly... potentially better maneuverability here, I think, is the idea. Yeah, look at that. That worked really well. I want to kind of see, yeah, this guy's going back in that direction. I want to kind of see, yes, that's working. Then this guy, I guess, is going back in that direction again. Oh, no, it's going in that direction. Excellent. So that is working. So we are alleviating quite a bit of the traffic that's currently running through here. Okay, so that's good. Let's do that. We'll need to have a look at what we've got going on over there now. We'll do that. Do this and we'll do that. Not that we necessarily need a path to be running through here, but anyway, we'll do that just for a bit of completeness. But I guess we've done a lot here to try and alleviate traffic movements through this one intersection. So hopefully it means all of this will be a lot easier to deal with. Okay, now back to this massive issue over here. This is currently being paid for. Okay, so it's costing us a lot of money. We need to clean that out. I can't believe we lost that due to fire. So what it is telling me is potentially we need to have a little bit of a look at a fire station that can go directly onto the bridge over here. I think that's the plan. So let's get a fire station. I can't believe we lost that guy. So it's not necessarily a huge fire station. 5 parking slots. So let's do this one. If we did, yeah, that's maybe a bit too much. Maybe if we did something like this, right, put a fire station in there, could we get it to road out that way? Is there anything like a 2 vehicles, 4 vehicles, 6 vehicles, 8 vehicles, 5 vehicles, 3 vehicles? What does this one look like? I think this is the one for us. Okay, so we'll do that. Put the fire station in there, nice and tight to the building. We will run it up this area here. So give me the road connection there and in there. Pay for that. Get the construction underway here. Get also the helicopters to come and construct this because this is a urgent thing for us. And at the same time, we may also just want to do that to make sure that we're actively using all of the infrastructure here, getting the people to walk there as well. Okay, so hopefully that helps us out a little bit. So let's get that built fairly quickly. These buildings are popping in, and we are loading them with people. This one is already getting people on there. Yes, excellent. We've got ourselves a big clinic over here, which is done. That's good stuff. We probably need to finish off some more of these things. Now, let's leave the other guys, the helicopters alone. We're actually filling in this pretty quickly. Let's go over here for some vehicles. It's over this area. So we need ambulances, which I believe we had some. But I guess what has happened is they have been part of some vehicle replacement activities. Oh, we've got some of these guys. So let's grab a couple of them while we're at it here. Right, and I guess we also have no more waste trucks, huh? Okay, so we're back doing stuff over there. So let's just go back, do some more. Actually, let's just go back to some more waste trucks over here, do some snow plows like so. And do a round of fire trucks also. We're only doing 2 at a time, but I guess we need to... Oh, and ambulances. Maybe ambulances first then. Let's do that. They'll build pretty quickly. Let's just get the snow plows out to where we need them. And I guess that's kind of the end of the episode. I was kind of wanting to run a train here already, but we ran into some difficulties with a few things. Let's not there necessarily. Let's get them assigned over here, so we'll have some snowplow activities here in the next round. I can't believe we lost out on this thing. Demolition has been stopped. No, we're paying for it, right? It is being paid for. All of this waste is being paid for. It's such a massive amount of stuff that is just taking all of this time. Now, anyway, we'll leave it there, I think. So I think we now potentially... So let's switch on workers so we can see how many workers are potentially going to start lining up here. If we've got a reasonable load that could start filling a train potentially. Otherwise, we may need to do another cluster of housing right over here, maybe. Oh, that's up and running also. Mixed waste where, though? It doesn't have access to waste, so we'll have to do a waste thing on this side then. Okay, well, anyway, we'll leave it there. Is this filling up? Yeah, reasonably. I think as a few more of these buildings come into play, we'll be looking pretty sweet over here. You will need oh no, how is that not connected? So let me see about getting it a bit of a connection. Okay, so get rid of this, right? Get rid of that. Get rid of this for the time being. And what we'll do is we'll run a little path right through. Okay, so we need to be a little cautious because this path is going to be a problem. So maybe what we'll do is we'll run the path through here, and then we'll run it, up here, and we'll run it all the way there. We'll tie it in that side, and we'll tie this one in like so. And what we can do then, of course, is we'll tie in Anyway, that's okay. We actually don't need to tie that one in. Let's build this, right? Then at the same time, maybe we'll tie in this one, that one, and we can re-tie in this one. So I guess now we should be able to see that, yeah, that is in fact able to do that. But now it means we need a couple of hazardous wastes to go in there as well. So let's actually drop one of those, add one of those. So now we've got hazardous waste being picked up there. Also, these buildings are coming along nicely. I think we're going to be in a good spot to put a train on this line in the next episode. Go over there and do some more chemical production for us. So I guess that is looking pretty good. There's still a lot of infill we can do here, and it should still be quite accessible. We might extend this path up here and then tie it in there to have another path running in here to just maximize our distance that this guy can pick up on. Also, this area here, I'm pretty keen on doing a little bit of this. And we did a little bit of traffic shenanigans over here. Interesting. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.